In the headlines, London court remands former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu and wife on alleged organ harvest. Police operatives kill bandit, recover arms in Kaduna local government area. APC inaugurates National Campaign Council with charge to win Osun governorship election. And on the foreign scene, Taliban say Afghanistan earthquake rescue efforts almost complete. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Hello and welcome once again. Former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu and his wife, Beatrice, who are charged with alleged conspiracy to harvest the organs of a child in the United Kingdom, face life imprisonment if found guilty and convicted to maximum sentence under the UK's Modern Slavery Act 2015. The couple, who were arrested following an investigation by the London Metropolitan Police's Special Crime Team, were arraigned before Uxbridge Magistrate Court. The court denied them bail but ordered that they be remanded till July 7th. The police had said the investigation was launched after detectives were alerted to potential offences under modern slavery legislation in May 2022. The police added that the child has been safeguarded. In a phone conversation with London-based Daily Nigerian editor Jafar Jafar, he gives an insight into the situation.
Well, really, it is one thing to be a lawmaker, and it is another thing to, be a good ambassador of your country elsewhere, because they have different laws. In Nigeria, we used to flout our laws. We flout things with impunity without recourse to due process and what have you. But here in the UK, I think what Ekweremadu probably what he did, he might be ignorant of the law to commit, but the law ignorance does not make you innocent. What happened today? He was arraigned today at the court for allegedly trying to traffic a minor. It was actually Ike Ekweremadu, really, the former Nigerian Deputy Senate President, a seasoned lawmaker, but look at how the law caught up with. According to some reports, the doctors already the child was in the UK, so the doctors, before the surgery, they questioned him thoroughly, and upon questioning, they were able to detect that he was only a minor. He was not up to the age that Ekweremadu was claiming. That was 21 years of age. The child was actually 15 years of age. So it revolves around issues of consent. A minor, you can't just take up a minor and say that a minor can consent to such kind of things. So since he's a minor, issues of consent arises. In the UK, it is not that it is illegal to transplant or any other organ that is transplantable, but there has to be a consent, and you can't get a consent from a minor or less from an adult. That is the bone of contention here. Still, there is no... It's sketchy. The details are still sketchy. Some are saying that the child was taken from a Lagos street without the consent of the parents. Some were saying that the parents were bribed to allow their child to be harvested. Narratives, it is still sketchy. The issue happened today, so it is not likely. Maybe in the next couple of days, everything will just be clear to journalists, and because a lot of people will start digging, because the name of the child is already, so it will be tracked actually in the next couple of days, and more details will be as to who is the boy, or who are the parents of the boy. I'm not a lawyer, but definitely they are sanctioned. I don't know, I can see even apart from the issues of trafficking attracts very stringent penalty everywhere in the world. And then apart from that, forcing a minor to do something out of his consent is another charge also. And then there is issue of finding him with X money. I think $20,000. I think he did not declare the money. It is another charge which I think they will lump them all together and then charge them to court. So I think Ekweremadu truly will not. He will hardly come out clean from this mess. It's really terrible for him, and very sad situation that they don't take things with levity here. They question everything. A very simple thing, it will be just overblown to high heavens. So we have to be very careful, Nigerians, the UK or any other advanced country. There are some issues that too. We have to be very realistic. You don't have to lie.
Meanwhile, police operatives in Kaduna have neutralized a bandit in the Giwa local government area of the state. The operatives also recovered a rifle and a locally fabricated long-range revolver with 12 cartridges, as well as a motorcycle used by the bandits for nefarious activities. According to the spokesman of the Kaduna State Police Command, DSP Muhammad Jaligi, the tactical operation received a distress call in the early hours of Thursday that some armed bandits were sighted along Galadimawa Kidendan Road in Giwa local government area. He said that the command, in a bid to truncate the mission of the bandits, immediately ordered the deployment of a strong nearby force to the location, which forced the bandits to flee into a nearby forest with gun injuries. The recent report that victims of train attacks still in captivity are being threatened by snakes and other rodents has raised concern among families of the hostages. The relatives of the families at a press briefing in Kaduna Thursday morning said their relatives are living under horrific conditions that need urgent attention. Lami Sadiq reports.
It's about 3 months since terrorists attacked the Abuja-Kaduna train and abducted over 60 people. Within this period, more than 10 of them have regained their freedom and reunited with their families, raising hopes that the remaining hostages will soon be released. This hope appears dim following the recent report that the victims' lives are being threatened by snake bites in the forest. Matilda Kabir, whose husband is still in captivity, says life has become miserable.
7 days, 87 days. Some of us, the women, they don't work. They don't work. One woman, she's not working. She has a sickle cell child. Day before yesterday, she called me. She said, Matilda, I might end it. I said, I have to be begging her, hold on. It is not funny. Please, Nigerians, come to our aid. Add voice to our own. If it has not touched you, you will not understand how we are feeling. Please. Please.
From the people that came back, they told us the situation over there. They told us that there are snakes, termites, like scorpions, and all sorts of rodents there, which are very harmful and scary.
The chairman of the victims' relatives, Dr. Fatai Jimo, says their relatives in captivity are living in deteriorating health conditions and called on those concerned to redouble their efforts to see to their rescue.
That our family members still in captivity are living under horrendous conditions. Many of them are sick with poor medical care, in addition to poor nutrition, environmental hazards, and more frighteningly, living in perpetual fear of threats to life. However, we commend the efforts of the Chief of Defense Staff, service chiefs, heads of security agencies, the Presidential Committee, institutions, organizations, and individuals who collectively worked tirelessly for the success of this first phase of negotiation.
The relatives also commended the government for facilitating the release of the first batch of 11 persons and expressed hope that others will soon be rescued. Lami Sadiq for Trust TV News, Kaduna.
And terrorists numbering about 15 struck and abducted 11 people on Thursday at Sakwatarima Housing Estate, Shagari Low Cost, and behind Katsina State Television KTTV area in Katsina Metropolis. The terrorists arrived at the area at 2 a.m. and broke into houses, abducting residents. Abdullahi Yamadi tells us more.
One of the abductees is 18-year-old Walida Abdulaziz Maigoro, wife of Alhaji Abdullahi Aisha of Sokotorima Housing Estate. However, all the kidnapped victims have been rescued and hurt by the anti-kidnapping unit of Katsina State Police Command. One of those who escaped narrowly, Muhammad Megadi, told Trust Television that they trekked with the terrorists for over 39 kilometers inside bush before they were intercepted and rescued. The terrorists came around 2 a.m. There were many armed with dangerous weapons, diggers, hammers, and other things. I narrowly escaped after trekking for over 39 kilometers. The anti-kidnapping unit of the police in Katsina worked hard to rescue the rest. Other residents who narrowly escaped being kidnapped expressed concern over the deteriorating insecurity in Katsina metropolis. I saw the terrorists with my naked eyes. I heard when they were trying to open the gate of my neighbor, whose wife they abducted. Only recently, another 8 residents of Shola quarters in Katsina metropolis were attacked and abducted by the terrorists. Though some of the victims returned after paying ransoms, these 2 victims luckily escaped from the terrorist camp without paying a dime. The terrorists were busy celebrating at the camp in the forest. When God intervened, I saw myself and my brother running out of the forest. This is God's intervention. We were rescued by the special grace of God. No more, no less. I thank God and I thank people for their prayers. Residents of the ancient city of Katsina are living in fear and uncertainty as this is the second attack on Katsina city. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Meanwhile, the 29 abducted wedding guests who are still in captivity have regained freedom. The secretary of the GSM Dealers Union in Gusau, the Zamfara state capital, Ashiru Zurmi, confirmed the release of the 29 kidnapped victims to Trust TV via telephone. He said the victims, who are released on Thursday evening, headed to Gusau, the state capital. He, however, did not disclose whether the union or families of the victims paid any ransom for their release. The victims were abducted while returning from a wedding in Sokoto on June 11th in Dogong Awo, a community between Tureta and Bakura local government areas in Sokoto and Zamfara states. There were smartphones and accessories dealers at popular Bebeji Plaza in Gusau, the Zamfara state capital. The bandits had earlier demanded the sum of 145 million naira ransom to secure the release of the 29 victims. You're watching Trust TV News Update. And still to come on the news, cultural heritage of ethnic group with origin from Egypt. Details of this and more after the break. Do stay with us. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us on Trust TV News Update. Now another look at our top stories. London court remands former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu and wife on alleged organ harvest. And police operatives kill bandit, recover arms in Kaduna. And in other news now, National Campaign Council of the All Progressives Congress, APC, for Osun State governorship elections has been inaugurated on Thursday, with a call on them to not to spare the opposition, PDP, and its candidate until victory is achieved. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports that APC National Chairman Abdullahi Adamu, while inaugurating the council at the party's secretariat in Abuja, also told the team to do what it takes to win elections, as failure is not in the party's dictionary.
Abdullahi Adamu admits it was not easy securing victory at the just concluded Ekiti election, saying there is even more concern about winning the Osun governorship race due to prevailing political atmosphere in the state.
Osun will be more difficult for us because, one, Osun is bigger by population, bigger by number of states, and by number of local governments, sorry, and even landmass, yes, thank you for that. And every local government has a unique characteristic for the kind of problems that we face.
The national chairman of the APC charged the campaign council to remain resolute and focus on retaining the party's mandate at whatever cost, provided it is within the confines of the law.
The governorship, our opposing candidate for the election, we are told that it's a money bag. We are told that's a money bag. It's not our business today how he made the money or how he's making the money, but he is organized as a money bag. So we must be prepared to face him, eyeball for eyeball. There is no sparing him for any reason whatsoever. No sparing his party, the PDP, for whatever reason. We are going there to win.
Co-chairman of the Osun APC Governorship Campaign Council and Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje gives commitment of the council to the party's victory, predicated on reconciliation within the party.
We have told us that we are fighting an opposition we won a bag, but we want to assure you we have strategy bags. So, Mr. Chairman, we are seeking for the cooperation of our all stakeholders, especially our governors, all our governors. We are seeking for their cooperation. Members of the National Working Committee will coordinate well with all stakeholders in conducting an election. So we want to assure you this election is a task that must be done.
Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has fixed Saturday, 16th July for the conduct of the governorship election in Osun State, believed to be a two-horse race between the ruling All Progressives Congress APC and the opposition People's Democratic Party PDP. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now, Nigeria is made up of several ethnic groups, a majority of which are the Igbo, Hausa, and the Yoruba. Within these ethnic groups are several tribes numbering 371. However, the multi-tribal nature of Nigeria may put someone at a loss, especially when such tribes begin to display their unique cultural dialect, among others. Silas Lawan attended the maiden edition of the Yandan Waka Cultural Day in Mayobelwa local government area of Adamawa State and files in this report.
The Yandan Waka people are believed to have originated from Egypt, alongside their Mumwe counterpart. They first settled in Yaru, a community in Mayobelwa, then migrated to the current geographical location in the state, as well as Taraba. The Yandan Waka people group is a small tribe living in hilly areas. They are a peaceful farming community. They are involved in animals husbandry and rich in culture. archery competition by Hunters Group into two marks the opening of the event. The target ring was rolled on the ground for the archers to swiftly hit it. There was a colorful display of traditional outfits by women carrying Waka artifacts, dancing and singing majestically. Another troupe of Waka traditional dancers thrilled the event. People from bordering communities converged to witness the Yangdang Waka Cultural Day. The aim of the occasion is to indoctrinate younger ones into the core traditions of the Wakas, promote harmony among different clans, and to preserve the beliefs of their ancestors. From Yola, Silas Lowen, Trust TV News.
Building a house, especially with the current economic reality, is a daunting task, not only for low-income earners, but also for the rich. However, Nazifi Yahya, a carpenter and a resident of Jos, tells Trust TV how painting cars got him the house that he currently lives in now. Ado Musa tells us more in this.
40-year-old Nazifi Yahya is a carpenter at a motor garage located opposite University of Jos permanent site in Jos North local government area of Plateau State. The carpenter, who has been in the automotive painting service for more than a decade, says he was able to build a small house that shelters him and his family. I was informed one day that the owner of this land wanted to sell it, so I indicated interest. The landowner pegged the price at 150,000 naira, and I was able to raise the money after some months. After that, I started saving money for the blocks and cement with a block industry until the money was reasonable to start the building. I didn't build this house just overnight because I wasn't buoyant enough to do so. It wasn't an easy journey because getting the money is not always easy, especially now that the economy of the country is in bad shape. The location and stage of completion of the building speaks volume of how far the painter has come in the quest to put a roof over his head.
And now a look at the foreign scene, where aid has started to arrive in a remote part of Afghanistan, where an earthquake killed at least 1,000 people. As Taliban officials said, the rescue operation was almost complete. The magnitude 6.1 earthquake struck early on Wednesday about 160 kilometers southeast of Kabul in the arid mountains dotted with small settlements near the border with Pakistan. Poor communication and a lack of proper roads are hampering relief efforts in a country already grappling with a humanitarian crisis, which has escalated since the Taliban took over last August. The United Nations said on Thursday the Taliban Ministry of Defense had indicated as early as Wednesday that 90% of search and rescue operations have been completed. And that wraps up Trust TV News Update for this hour. For more news, you can subscribe and follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Thanks for watching.